everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Duchess Tracy, and you're probably wondering why I'm holding Hannibal. I will get to that in just a minute. But first, I just want to thank all of our subscribers and viewers and say that it means a lot to us, all the support that we've been getting, and we just want to say that we really, really, truly appreciate it. So, mahalo, and thank you. All right, so this is Hannibal Lecter. Woo, woo, woo. Normally, we stick to Transformers. However, we have been spreading our wings and exploring different figures. And because this was the first movie that I officially went to on my own, I actually snuck out to this movie. Well, didn't sneak out, told my parents I was going to see something else, and got my brother to go see it with me. So this is Hannibal Lecter action figure, and we will go into details in just a minute. But first, I would like to talk about the packaging, because I feel that this packaging is really, really neat. He's already broken out, not out of his cell, well, kind of, but you know, he's broken out. So here it is. Now, this packaging is neat packaging. I like it because, first of all, something that captivates me on the packaging is his face. The image that's on here is really neat. That facial expression, it just says, "I want to eat your brain," in that voice. One thing I think about this is that when he was called, Anthony Hopkins, to do this movie, he was over in London just, you know, doing his thing. London is an amazing place. And he thought that this was for a children's movie. Now, of course, he hadn't seen the script yet, but when they said, you know, we're interested in this and we'd like to send you the script, he thought, children's movie? Far from it. I mean, I guess some people would tell this story as their child to a bedtime story, but perhaps, maybe, maybe not. Anyways, getting back to the packaging, we go a little bit deeper here. We see that it's an 8-inch action figure, 14-point articulation, which is absolutely great. I did play a little bit with the articulation, and it was quite neat. So it's for age 17, horror, and you know, the warning label. So getting into the back of the package, you can see the image with the archaic butterfly from the Silence of the Lamb covering the mouth, and you know, the Silence of the Lambs, and it says, I will use my transforming pointer, Mega Monsters, MG&E official, and you know, just a little bit more detail, barcode, all that good stuff for selling and keeping track of the amazing figures that are in circulation. So, all right, let's get into the figure. So, now of course this is an 8-inch action figure. Let's start talking about the plastic, all right? So the plastic, it's a very hard, durable plastic. I think it's very nice, whatever mold that they use. I feel that it's very good quality, very sturdy. Right off the bat, I can tell that it's just really great quality, okay? So we will talk about his head sculpt. As you can see, I feel that he resembles Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably say about a 5.5 to a 6. I felt that they could have did a better job, especially in the eyes. However, that is just my own personal opinion. I feel that, let's get him up close and personal here. I think that his eyebrows are really interesting, and I will put a closer image so that you guys will be able to see. But I feel like his eyebrows are really nicely arched. I do like that, how they have that somewhat psychopathic look, and it matches his eyes really well. And then the coloring of his hair, I really like that coloring and the texture of it, how it's like kind of sleek going back. I think that that is really, really neat. And then moving along to more of his facial expression, and I think that's really neat, that the way that they did his facial expression, kind of like with a half smile, so you can't really tell what exactly he's thinking. I think that's great that they did this specific expression versus like a full smile or a full frown. It definitely adds mystery to this character. So as we can see, he is dressed as his classic prison jail psychiatric ward suit. The blue, I feel like this coloring is really wonderful as it resembles the movie quite well. Now I know in the video it looks like it's more of a baby blue, but this is definitely like a blue jean kind of traditional, what I would guess, gel color blue. Very nice. And then he has his white wife beater t-shirt underneath to help, you know, keep him warm after he's digested the brains of a few guards or whoever's came to visit him besides his lovely Clarice, right? To be quite frank here. And so yeah, and then moving along, talking about his fashion, he has on the iconic shoes, which I think this is great. The shoes do actually come off, so when you're doing posing, you can just kind of be a little bit more creative with that. And then again, the detail on this figure is amazing. If you look closely at the feet, which I will have a better image so that you can see, I just feel that it's really nice. They did a great job. And then his feet is articulated, but we will put his shoes back on because they did not give him socks. That's one thing that I would have changed. I would have given him socks, but it is what it is. It's all showbiz, right? Okay, so, all right, let's talk a little bit about his articulation because I think that he is well articulated. As it does say on his lovely packaging, he is 14-point articulation. Woo-hoo. That's great. What are you saying? Oh yeah, you can program him. That sounds really good. Definitely. All right, so let's do a little bit of head articulation. It does do a 360 rotation, so he can scout out his victims from all around. How nice is that? All right, now let's see the swivel on the end. Oh yeah, it does have 360. However, I'm only going to take it out a little bit so you can get a detail here of how it is, because I do feel that this specific figure is manufactured extremely well. I feel that when they created it, they did a great job. Now you see that? It does allow for it to rotate all the way 360, so you, again, this is excellent for posing. I just really appreciate when the figures have this great articulation. Then let's see, at the elbow, it does bend forward. It doesn't go backwards, but it just goes forward. So there's not a lot within that, but I do like that his wrist is a complete 360. So that's really neat. And then again, let's see, his waist does do a full 360 rotation, which is really nice. Let's see, that's great. Great for doing different poses and role playing and stop motion. Let's see, he can't quite do this with, well, perhaps he can, but I can't tell because he is still in uniform. So his legs do have, they just kick back. I don't feel that they do a complete rotation. No, they do not. So they just kick back, they don't kick forward. But then again, let's move down to his feet. So his feet do pivot up, however, they do not go backwards. So again, his articulation is pretty nice. Overall, I feel that this is a great figure. I love the fact that they made him with the articulations that they did because he will be great for posing. So, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful figure. One of the things that I'd like to do is talk about facts because there are some amazing, amazing facts. One of the things that I find really, really cool is that Sir Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster only share 4 scenes throughout the whole course of this movie. Now I found that really to be super, super interesting because of the fact that like their acting together is phenomenal. The chemistry that they share between one another is great. So I think that was something that added to this movie as well, being that this movie was based off of a lot of like factual things, and that the FBI spent a lot of time dedicating energy into this movie is something that I feel is really amazing. The FBI spent a lot of time working and helping in the production, especially the behavioral science unit. They assisted in making of this movie, and the production received full cooperation from the FBI as they saw it as a potential recruiting tool to hire for more female agents. So, woo, go female agents in the FBI. You fly so high and bright in the sky. You do your thing and make the creative criminal justice angels sing with your magic ring that you do when you do with the FBI badge in place, written with the creativity beautiful face. That's right. So that was another one of the reasons that I love this movie, because it showed an amazing woman in such a wonderful position, and she was just so confident in this movie, and it was like, wow, she's doing this and she's gonna get this killer. And he only wanted to communicate with her because she was firm, she was beautiful, she was positive, but yet she wasn't going to take anything. So I really love the fact that Jodie Foster just did an amazing job in this film. Big shout out to you. Yes. So yeah, there's just so many amazing facts of this movie. I'm not going to get into a lot of facts because I don't want to share too much of the movie, but I am going to share facts that I feel are not letting on too much, because if you have not seen this movie yet, it is definitely a must-see. It came out in February of 1991, and it was just amazing. So moving right along into some more amazing facts. During location scouting for the house in which the serial killer James Grum was living, James Grum was amazed to discover that the house being considered was not only in the town where he grew up, but literally next door to the house of his high school girlfriend. Like literally right next door. Now, how creepily cool is that? Creepily cool. Okay, I think I just invented a new saying. Creepily cool. That is very creepily cool in a weird, bizarre, yet cosmic way, wouldn't you say? Hey, did I just make like a Dr. Seuss rhyme in time? Perhaps Hannibal's like saying something to me. Oh yes, okay, I did hear you, Hannibal. So he said that he wants to share his facial mask. All right, so let's see. That's a good point, because we have not tried it on you since we've broken you out, have we? Let's just see how it fits. And that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to adjust these over your ears and see how it works. Okay. I don't know how. Now see, that may be something that I actually have a complaint about. See how he looks like that? I think that's really neat. Now let's just see if we can get them to stay on your ears or not, because if we are, then that's going to be when I say, oh, now I have to be a critic and give you a negative star. Oh, I don't like to do that, I don't. But it does not look like it's staying on very well. So yeah, okay, so that's one thing that does not really suit my fancy very well, but it is what it is. So I think because I'm definitely planning on doing some neat poses with this figure, I think that maybe I'd have to put just like a little bit of two-sided sticky stuff to it, just to like stick it right here a little bit, because sometimes when posing it is important to do that, just to get the figures to stay. If you have like a certain creative pose that you just can't not do, and you need it to stick or be in a certain angle and it won't stay, that's a really good resource. Is, you know, like that's they even have like the little stuff that you use for the wall stickers, wall posters, that sticky stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use some of that. So that's for this figure. That is my only negative star. Otherwise, it is a great figure. So let's get into a couple more facts about this amazing movie and this incredible figure. So another thing that I think is really cool is that Gene Hackman bought the rights to this novel. He planned to direct the movie and play either Hannibal Lecter or Jack Crawford, when he withdrew after watching a clip of himself in Mississippi burning. Yeah, that was a great movie. In 1988, at the 61st Annual Academy Awards, which made him uneasy about taking more violent roles. So I find that really interesting, that that was his reason for not wanting to play that role in it. But yeah, very, very interesting. So one thing that I think is really cool is the first moth cocoon, which was found in the mouth of the victim's throat, was made from a combination of Tootsie Rolls, gummy bears, and so if, you know, they were going to swallow it, they wanted it to be edible for whoever swallowed it. So I think that's super interesting. So anyways, this has been a really fun review. It has sent me down memory lane and made me think about my experience going to see Hannibal, Lecter, and Silence of the Lambs, and just the amazing experience that it was, and how I was scared for days, and how this was one of the movies that, you know, seemed to be very real, like it could really happen. It wasn't like, you know, Pinhead, where like Pinhead is like, you know, kind of, well, I guess that could be real too, depending on, you know, what your mind, what you believe, right? So I feel that it's awesome that they're making a spin-off of it. I personally have not viewed any of them. However, I feel that it's probably getting time for me to watch it. I don't watch a whole lot of TV unless it's like Transformers or, you know, scary movies or certain cartoons. But maybe if it was a cartoons, not X-Files, that's something that we're gonna have to review and come in, because I did love watching X-Files. So, Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs, 14-point articulation. Overall, I feel that this is a pretty great figure. The only qualm that I have is that his face mask does not stay on. Every time I see a child with a pacifier, it reminds me of these. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. So, yeah, I definitely think if you're a collector that this is worth having in your collection if you love, you know, scary movies or anything of that nature. Definitely an awesome figure. Just kind of unfortunate. I don't know, maybe it'd be cool if he like held it in his hand or something. I've got you twisted in all kinds of ways, don't I? Even something like that would be kind of cool, like he's like thinking about putting it on. See? Yeah, you got your collar up because you're feeling rather cool, huh? So yeah, I like that his collar can go up too.
Clarice, do you like my collar this way? It is up, so when I take the frontal lobe out of my next victim, it will be extra delicious because they will have thoughts that I am cool. It is a psychological effect. When the collar is up, you see, it causes people to naturally think that you're awesome and cool.
All right, well, thank you for that tidbit, Hannibal. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please comment on letting us know what you think. This is the first video that we've did that's not completely relation to Transformers, right, my little decoy Insecticon, but you do like this person, so yes. All right. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and till all are one.